everybody, it's Monday morning and this is Alberta here with Politics in Plain English, and today my topic is going to be black women for Trump. Why? Why would a black woman want to be for a Republican president? Well, I am glad you asked that question, and I'm here to tell you the reason why all black people should be for this president. First of all, Donald Trump is for jobs and creation of jobs. So that makes all of us independent. When you look at the reverse side, Democrats are for Section 8 housing, which can be okay in an emergency situation. They're for EBT cards. They're for welfare. They're for anything that actually will keep you limited. When you are limited, that means you cannot go any place. You cannot do anything. You are limited to that little area that you actually live in. But if you have your own job and you're independent, you're not waiting on a welfare check that comes in the mail once a month or whatever it is, and you're not dependent on where you can shop. When I'm working and I make my money, I get paid every 2 weeks or whatever, I can go to whatever store that I want to. I don't have to go to a store that just carries or takes EBT cards. I don't have to just go to a community, to school in this one particular community. If I have money, I can go anywhere that I want to. But it limits you when you don't have money. So let me tell you a little bit about myself and my family. I was raised to be independent. My mother used to tell us stories all the time growing up, how she would never ever get on welfare. She found it totally degrading, especially back in that day. They used to come, the welfare workers used to come to the house, and they would inspect your house to see if there were any men, or there was any man that may have been living there in the house. So they would actually open up your closet doors, and they would see if there was any male clothing there. If they were, then you couldn't get it. They would go into your cupboards in your kitchen, and they would see if you had any new appliances there. If you had anything, you couldn't get it. So once they established that you had no money, you had no man to help you, or no man to help you, then they would give you your welfare. And this was so limiting. And in the black community, basically they vote Republican 90 to 100% of the time, because this is all they knew. This is what was given to them. They had to go along with the status quo. Like I said, the Democrats also had a thing where in that time, in that community, they would come into your home, into your area, and these were people from the outside. They would come in and they saw these parents with all these kids, because remember, they could only get the welfare if they were there was no man in the home. So these cars would drive into the community, and these white men would get out, and they would tell the young boys, hey, young man, I know you ain't got no money, because you ain't got no father, and your mama, she working hard, she ain't got no job, so she getting that welfare. Don't you want to help your mother? So the kids are like, yeah, we want to help our family and everything. So they would say, here, take this drug here. Now I want you to sell it, get it to your friends and everything. And so these young boys, they was like, yeah, I'm gonna help my parents out and everything. So they would go into the community and give these drugs, and try to get as many friends as they possibly could to take them. And as soon as they did that, lo and behold, here comes the police into the community, and they would arrest these young boys and give them long prison sentences. And a lot of these boys, like I said, they are teenagers and whatever, just coming into their manhood. They would get them in these prisons, give them these long sentences, and introduce them to homosexuality because they, hey, you're just starting puberty and what have you, and they would introduce them to all these different things to destroy them. So basically, the reason why I am for, and there are other blacks now that are waking up and are being for the Republicans, is because of the history that we see behind being a Democrat. Now, let's take it on the other hand. If you have money, again, if you want to buy a home, you can buy one. If you have, your credit and everything, you haven't messed that up, you can go buy a home, you can buy a car, you can travel the world, you can do all kinds of things. Your imagination is unlimited. But when you are dependent and someone controls the money that comes in your house and goes, the food that goes into your mouth as well, you cannot go anywhere. You cannot do anything. So for me, this is one reason why I, as a black woman, will and always will support the Republicans as long as they're doing the right thing. A lot of them right now are not necessarily doing it because they're afraid of the Democrats, and some of them want the president to fail. But hopefully, like I said, if this video gets around, let's encourage more blacks, women and men, to become Republicans so we can advance in this society. Thank you.